Welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today I'm going to continue on with our War in the East Let's Play. Now, usually we're trying to run those on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, but we're not going to get done if we keep doing that. Obviously, War in the East 2 is coming out March 25th. It is February 24th, so we've really got to get moving here, especially if I get the game a little early so I can put together a tutorial and whatnot. I won't be having time to be playing War in the East, and so I want to try to get as much of this game in as I can. Can we get all the way? I mean, who knows if we're actually going to take Leningrad, take Moscow, take Rostov. We're progressing well, I would say. Maybe not the best I've ever done, but certainly not the worst. So we're moving along with it, but, there's a real chance this war continues beyond, 1941 into 42, 43. And so we've really got to get moving. So I'm going to try to throw these in when I can. If you've been following along live, I apologize. I will try to make this more regularly scheduled, but at this moment, trying to get this in, trying to get some other games going too, and so I'm just going to try to fit in some extra War in the East when I can. Think of it as bonus content, right? So anyway, where are we? Well, we're 2 army groups south, and actually, let me bring up my Twitch over here, so I can see you guys if there's any comments or questions. It makes the game so enjoyable for me to play along with you. As people have questions or maybe they see things I don't, it does make it enjoyable for me. So anyway, okay, we got that up. We are at Army Group South. We've moved Army Group North. We've moved Army Group Center. For the most part, I think we've gotten all the headquarters, the air bases, all of those things for those theaters taken care of. I think it's all good up there now. Now, of course, before I resolve the turn, so here's center, and let's back up a little bit. So there's south. Here's center. As you see, we're pushing east very quickly. If we look, we can almost see Moscow in the distance. Well, I doubt these panzers can, but we can. And so we're progressing east well. We've got the 3rd Panzer Group here, the 2nd Panzer Group here. I would have liked to pocketed more troops, maybe get around these guys here or get around these guys here, but we didn't quite do that. Not the end of the world. Most of those units are at much reduced strength, and so we should be able to blow right through them. Now in the north, we've moved well past Riga. We're moving up towards Peskov 2 weeks into the war. We've got, our motorized units here way out in front as a spearhead. But as you see, the 16th Army is about to cross the Daugava, which will free up these motorized units then to move north is what I'm going to do with them. Originally, I had planned to maybe come up the back here and try to surround more Soviet forces. I've kind of rethought that. Now, we may take this and try to come up here and do it that way. We'll run some recon and see if we can determine where everything is. If this looks open to us, we may do that. Now, I had said this is the crossing that I like generally up here in the north. Unfortunately, the Soviets seem to be onto that plan a little bit, and so they're reinforcing quickly there. We've got the 18th Army over here kind of mopping up, and then it will move north and to the west of these 2 lakes and then come around the side here to begin our assault on Leningrad and the Leningrad area. So yeah, that's north and center. Everything's going fine. We need to get the 4th Army moving. They've now mopped up this pocket, so next turn they can really fly, let's hope. Down here to the south, we did take some of the infantry units that are in, or were in, I should say were in, the 2nd Panzer Group under Hans Guderian. Hans and his crew are moving east here, looking at Mogilev, maybe down here towards Gomel, but I would rather cross a little further to the north here at Mogilev Very important we get that river crossing. As the Fourth Army comes, that's where we'll get the majority of the Fourth Army across the Dnieper. So anyway, some of these second Panzer Group infantry divisions, we moved them into the Sixth Army, and we've got them, coming down here to help. They will be the first things we really deal with here. We've used most of their movement points as I scan in here. We're down to one movement point here. We've got 3 with this guy, and this guy we moved all the way down here, all the way from the center all the way down here to kind of hold this corridor that we've built for 1st Panzer. And you see 1st Panzer has flown down here to the south. Now we have a really massive pocket of Soviets here. And if we can get these guys pocketed up, that will be well worth any time that we lose, I think. And so we're going to try to do that this turn. Now we do have a few challenges in doing that, and that is we do have a river here we have to cross. We've got some enemy units here. Heck, maybe we can bottle them in too. We're going to try to do all that. We also, 1st Panzer had some units that did not unlock. Here, let's get off that so I quit seeing the movement. There we go. 1st Panzer had some units that did not unlock last time. And now they are unlocked. So we've got more motorized units into the fray that we can take into the fray. Let's see where we go first, because we want to deal with our air units first. Then we want to try to deal with support units, and that's kind of the progression that I do. I deal with the air units first, then I deal with the support units. And so just as we've done on the other fronts, let's look at, well, here's one Army base, air base. So Army attached air base. Now these, as I pointed out in other episodes, can only carry recon aircraft. So I like to get all the recon aircraft out of other regular air bases and move them to those. So that's that one. Now, does 1st Panzer have one? We shall see. Okay, we're off that headquarters. I can't remember. I feel like 1st Panzer maybe doesn't have one. Do they have one up in here somewhere? We may have to come back, or we may spot that eventually, just naturally. And then down here, we have the 17th Army, and we got to decide what exactly we want to do with the 17th Army. Let's figure out, let's go Shift Z here so we can see, what everybody's connected to. Let's click on him. There we go. And see where his natural army or air base is as well. It's possible he might not have one either. Now I just can't remember off the top of my head. It seems odd to me that I would have moved the air base all the way down here, and I actually don't see it right now. Okay, so let's go up here to our regular air bases, and let's try to get any recon aircraft out of here to the extent that we have any. The D1s, those are strategic recon. So let's move that out. All right, so we'll go to F10 here. Well, we got to click off of that first. We'll go to, was it this one? Was it this one? Yes, it was. We'll go to F10, click on there. We'll find those JU-88Ds. We're gonna go ahead and pick that, and then we're gonna send them up here to this air base. Excellent. Now, hold on. Let's go back to move mode for a second. What's underneath this air base? Oh, it is the 6th Army headquarters. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so that's one of these air bases. Now, this looks like it's got just an absolute bunch of recon, but some of it's transport. So there we see transport. These are all recon planes, strategic recon. And so let's look up here and see how many squadrons he's already got. It's only 4, so that's not bad. So let's go here and we'll go F10, click on him again. We're gonna leave the recon or the transport in there. I'm sorry. We're gonna move the recon squadrons out. Perfect. And then we'll right click here and we got 2 of those units over there. All right. What do we have here? We've got some Ju-88As. These are all, well, we'll go check to make sure. Those are all dive bombers. And so let's see what we have here. Just to make sure. Yep, level bombers. I said dive bombers, but they're calling them level bombers. Okay, so those are all level bombers. Fine. What do we have down here? Let's right click. These are Ju-88As. That, again, level bomber. Level bomber. Okay, so we got a lot of bombers here. All right, cool. That looks good. Did we already look at this one? This has got all fighters, it seems. Okay. What about this unit here? These are all bombers. So we got all bombers and fighters there. I do like to pick the air bases that I'm going to have as my forward air bases, and I like to get everything out of them and then move them with the army, and then the next time around we'll hop everything up to them. So let's do it with these 2 air bases. Let's get these out of here. So that's got 3 squadrons. This one's got 3 squadrons. Oh, including the, gosh, I like to have these up forward though, because we can get supply into the panzers with them. So we'll have to remember now, how many squadrons does this have? It only has 2. So let's get what we can out of these 2, and we'll put it in that other air base. So click there. We'll do, 1, 2, 3, and we'll shoot them down to this air base, and then we'll be all ready to go. Let's do 1, 2, 3. We can move these along with, okay, some of these may have already flown. Let's see, let's click on here again. Yeah, okay, those cannot go this time. That's fine. We'll move at the end, and we've got this, this, and that. Okay, that all looks good to me. Now, what do we have back here? These are all strategic recon. Again, this is the Slovakian high headquarters, I believe. Let's go make sure that's true. I don't want to misidentify. Yeah, these are the Slovakians. So we will move this recon base up because this can, well, I say that. They're showing them as tactical bombers. Now that's interesting because it is connected to the high command. So they're just calling it the first Slovakian air base. Okay, that's fine. We don't have to move that. Those are just bombers. All right, so let's see if we can run some recon. Now we've already done a little bit of it down here, but let's try to do a little more. Just to make sure we know what all is out here before we start moving units. So let's see if we can go all the way back to Zytomir. Guess we can. And then we'll do a recon to Tarnopol. Now we'll do one to Proskurov. All right, should we do more or not do more? Always the question, should we do more or less? Let's look over these for a second. Give me just 1 second. I want to see here if... It's always the question, I mean, it's not a huge deal if you run extra bunch of recon missions, that's for sure. That's just not the end of the world if you don't. But I like to have the information. Some people don't even hardly run recon missions at all. Okay, now we're out of them. After I sat there and looked, isn't that always the case? Okay, before we start moving ground units, let's think about other things we have going on here. We'll go back to movement mode. We do have fighters and recon at the Hungarian bases here. So we were running some of this out of those. We'll get all of those fixed up. I would say fixed. Fixed is not the right word because they're fixed right now. They can't move. But we will get all of those situated, organized as we move out into the Soviet Union here, more specifically into the Ukraine down here. We can't move anything down here. Remember, we're still locked. I think that comes off next turn. I want to say that's true. Um, And so we'll be sitting here waiting. It's either next turn or the turn after. I do want to fly a recon mission over Odessa if we can, and we could. We had some down here that could fly, um, and just kind of see how the Soviets are lining up out here, and that'll give us a little better idea when we start to move. We might as well run these if we can. We're not losing any aircraft. The Soviets don't really. Uh, the Soviets don't really have anything capable of shooting them down at this point. Um, so we can kind of fly these with impunity. All right, so we've got a better idea of what's out here. I just like to see as much as we can. So I always, in games in general, not just this one, I always like to do as much recon as I can, even if it's truly an overabundance of caution. Okay, well, we've got these. I always say move back to front, but really, we don't want to move our panzers yet. We want to wait until we open up more here. Now, one thing we've got down here is we've got our railroad unit on the move. Now, where is that? I just saw it a minute ago. It's right here. So this railroad unit, maybe ideally you would maybe come down here and go off this branch, but we're going to bring it north and up through Rovno. Because we do have that Romanian railroad unit in the south, and so these don't have it's in earlier versions of the game, you did not have this Romanian um, railroad unit out here. But now you do. And so, you can have this go to the south. Now before, and I even said this in the tutorial because I'd kind of forgotten it. It slipped my mind that they added more railroad units, or another railroad unit, I should say. Um, hey, thank you for following, Edward. I do appreciate it. Uh, so anyway, I talked about moving a railroad unit down here, but that's unnecessary because we have that Romanian railroad unit. But this one now, question, I would probably rather go through the center of the country a little bit here. I say the country, the Ukraine here, and on to Kiev eventually. But right here, this is where they've got a massive troops, and I want to keep it moving. So we'll probably take it north, but we got to blow this big cluster here out with our ground forces. We've also got this here. We need to take care of these two units, get them out of the way. Now, the problem is, generally speaking, they'll just keep retreating back into the swamp. You see the Pripyat marshes here, essentially a no-go zone for the war. But we've got to try to get them out of here. So what best to do that? Now we have an infantry unit here, and I think that's the first one we'll move to here. And I'm going to do a deliberate attack with it because I don't want to take the chance. Well, I'm thinking about wearing it down with this one first, even though it would just be a hasty attack. Um, but let's do this first and let's see what happens. So see here we get huge odds, 19 to 1 essentially. Let's hope, yeah, and see they just retreat. Down here in the south, you'll see that as you play the game. They really like to just retreat. They just keep retreating back. So we'll move him up, and let's move him there. And I think with him, we'll just do another. Speed is not as important up here as it is in other places of the map. Let's do another deliberate attack. We got another retreat, but that's okay. That's okay. Hey, keep your head up. Keep your head up. Okay, so we've used all of their movement points. Now let's move him there, and let's do a deliberate attack with both of these units and try to blow them out. Now we got not, 6-1, 7-1. Let's see if we routed them out though. Okay, we did route out the border regiment. The motorized division is still moving and kicking. So let's move these guys up again. He's going to go there. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead. Let's try to hasty attack there and see if we can finally get rid of this guy. They're tough. They're tough cookies down here, I'm telling you. They just keep retreating. Okay, so let's do that. That reminds me. Well, luckily we had a pioneer battalion in there. We would be doing better if we had pushed support units down here. We'll push them down into this headquarters. That's fine. All right, so he's not going to get any further as they hold their ground. All right, now let's go get some support units for these guys. And then who is he connected to? He's connected to this. Wow, he got way up here somehow. All right. What do we have here? Oh, there's the 1st Panzer Air Base and the 1st Panzer Group. Okay. So we do have a lot of recon aircraft here at the 1st Panzer Air Base. Okay, so that's good. That's already well organized. Now let's get some support units for this guy. So we'll open up here. Let's assign. Let's see what we've got. We've got, okay, mixed artillery. That sounds good. Gun battalion. We're now in the south. There's no reason to hold any of this back. SP flak. Now we're going to put all, or try to put all of those with our panzers. I guess I skipped over the support units a little bit. We'll do heavy Werfer, sure. That's pretty good for him, I think. Maybe give him a little more mixed flak just in case. This has the 88s in it in case they do have some motorized elements. So yeah, we've got him filled up now with support units. Now the question came up about these support units. They're so kind of jumbled around the board when you first start. And that's why I do go up to that general screen, your info, your commander's report. Let's go to headquarters and go to this support level. And so, well, first of all, click on support level, enter everything as 0, and then go down here, filter for your high headquarters, and put all of them at 9. And that will draw them up to your high headquarters every turn. But they only move 1 level per turn. So they go from, down at the division level to the corps to the army group, and on all the way to OKH if you don't reassign them back down. So once we get a nice mix of things in certain corps headquarters, we'll lock it there, and then they'll just have those, all right? But we're not to that point yet in turn 2. All right, so we've got this unit, and we really need to get this guy out of here. But I don't want to attack across a river necessarily. Now, can this guy get up here and still have, yeah, he can get up this far, but is he out of command range of this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He would be. So let's put him there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll put him there. Make sure we do not select the Panzer. We've got other things in store for that Panzer. And we're going to bring this guy here. And we're going to bring this other unit that's part of this core. Does that work? Yeah, I think that works. We're going to bring him here. Okay, excellent. So now let's take those two. We're going to do we got off the Panzer. We're going to do a deliberate attack, and we're also going to bring this guy in. You see up there at the top right, the 3 units we have selected. The Panzer is not selected, as you see, and let's try to get these guys the heck out of here. And you see all of the support units that came in and were part of the battle, and we still didn't do much, not enough damage, let's put it that way. They've got 23,000 men, including 178 AFVs out here. All right. Now then, let's take these two. We can't do a hasty attack there. All right. Well, I don't want to use that Panzer to attack. I'll tell you that much. And we need this guy to start coming down this way. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move him, and we're going to try to get around this guy. So we'll move him there. We'll bring his command headquarters up here, so they're all in command. That reminds me, let's go back to here, and let's bring, it's all in command, but let's move him up one so I can see him. And now these guys are here. Let's also, if we can, move this one. Can we? Well, we'd move it down there. We could move it this far. I really don't want him to go that far south. We're going to have to attack these guys again next turn, but we've got help on the way. All right, so now I think that we've done what we can with these ground units. We'll have to try to take them out next time. As you see, we have some motorized here. It'd be helpful if we had some Panzerjägers in this unit. Let's see if we have any. Flak. Now we have that mixed flak, and don't forget, that's got the 88s in it. Nope. All right, while I'm here and I'm thinking about support units, let's go around to our Panzers. So we know we've got one here, and let's assign some flak to them. So we're going to want these SP flaks. Those are motorized, so we'll put that in with him. And you see it right down there. Let's put one in with this guy. All right, cool. Raka Soccer, yes, a bonus session indeed. We got to try to get more and more of these dang War in the East ones done. And I've also changed my stream, the way I do it. I think this should be much better. I think that it's all as should be now. Okay, so we put it in there. What else do we have down here? Where are other Panzers? We've got one here. So let's put that flak in there. All right, we got a lot of these SP flaks, so that's good. They're motorized. Like I said, they're motorized. They can keep up with the Panzers, and as those Panzers get way out in front, they do give them then some nice AA capability. Okay, so they're all in there. So those are the only Panzers we've moved so far. We have more coming, so why don't we go ahead, we'll attach here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Well, hopefully we can, oh no. Oh no, you never want that to happen. We can surely undo that move. Oh goodness. Now, why in the world can I not undo that move? Gosh, I hate when that happens. Believe me, if you play this game long enough, this will happen to you. This Panzer division. Well, you know what? We're just going to chalk that up to bad things happen in war sometimes. Oh, that kills me. Again, That happens. It's just going to happen. He's already got his dang flak company. Okay, well, let's go to this unit. I'm just going to move on from that, and I'm not going to say words that would get me kicked out of off of YouTube or Twitch. Um, oh, we need one admin point to get him out. That's fine. So we'll assign SP flak there to that Panzer division. And then let's do it to this division as well. Assign SP flak. Okay, perfect. Now we do have a Panzerjäger division. I knew we did. And let's try to get it up in the headquarters that's going to be dealing with some potential tank activity next time. There it is. Okay, we'll put that in that core headquarters. And now let's go look at this core headquarters. He's got some important units down here, and so does this one. So let's try to get all of our artillery that we can in here. We've got a gun battalion. We'll do one of the mixed artilleries. We'll do one of these howitzers. Let's do a mixed flak. We'll do a couple or three of those. How about that? We still have these SP flaks back here. There's a Stug battalion. I generally like to put those with the Panzers though, so we can do that as other things move up. All right, so that's that core headquarters. That gives him a nice complement of support units. And then let's do mixed howitzer, gun. We'll do a couple of mixed flak there. We'll give him the Stugs this time, why not? All right, so it's both of those headquarters. Now we're going to be shortchanging these guys a little bit. I also want to put, so in this headquarters here, that's probably going to run into the tanks. I also want to do even another mixed flak because those have the 88s in there and they're anti-tank guns as well. Okay, perfect, except for our Panzer division that decided to move to the back. Luckily, we're getting a lot more Panzers that'll be coming here. We'll just chalk that up to a bad command. They didn't receive it out on the Enigma machine correctly. Unbelievable. If there's one thing I always say when I play this game, always look and see what's selected before you click a button. Okay. Hey, look, we've got a division back here that's now ready. And it's, so this is directly tied. So the 34th Corps is directly tied to OKH and has one division out here. It actually has two, but this one's not active yet. So, interesting. Okay, let's click off there before we do something that makes me angry. Now we've got this big force here. Let's just try to get around that in our encirclement. So how are we going to do this encirclement? We've got all of these guys from the 6th Army. Let's move them east and have them form this side of the cup, so to speak. We'll move this guy first. And let's see, how far? Well, actually, what's right here? Oh, that's our, okay, let's move our railroad unit. This happens often in this game. You say, hey, let's do this. Nah, wait a minute, let's do that. He's already repaired here. Make sure the headquarters are not selected. Now he goes there. We'll have him repair 3 points, all right. We'll have him go here, repair 3 points, okay. You see him coloring the map there, 3 points. And I don't know, yeah, we can get to that one too. Excellent, okay. So we used exactly 16 points to get him moving this way. So this is where the railhead is going. It's not a big deal now because everything's back here, right? And every one of these can be considered the railhead. So, you know, it's not like this would be the railhead when it's repaired. It's any of the ones that have been repaired, units can look back to that as the quote-unquote railhead. Now we're going to move this guy. Let's have him go. Gotta figure out the best way to go about this. It's him. Okay, he's going to stay right there, I think. And then his buddy that's right here. Okay, they're in the 44th. So his guy in the 44th, so this guy, is going to go here. Now, generally when you're building a pocket, you want them kind of like within 2 hexes of each other, and then there's just no escape. Okay, and so is there anybody else in their core? I don't think so. Let's go back to their headquarters. Yeah, it's 4 of 8. And then this guy, I believe, is 4 of 8 as well. So we've got something here. We've got something here. Let's go around. We'll go with this guy around the back. We'll have him go right there. Now we'll have their headquarters move over here so that they're in command. All right, cool. That works so far. We got more to do, but that's a good start. Now, oh, this headquarters, they're on side, but let's just move him up a little bit. Okay, so now up here we've got this Panzer infantry unit. Hold on, checking the feed. Just making sure the feed's all right, guys. Sorry, 1 sec. Hey, there I am. Okay, just making sure. Hey, Serious Strategy Gamer, how's it going? Good to see you. Okay, moving on here. Let's. I'm just trying to think. I got to think these through. I'm thinking it through on the fly. I'm not playing these offline and figuring out exactly what to do because I would rather play like we are here. And to do that, I got to think a little bit. Now, so this infantry unit could come around the back here, but really we want our panzers like driving this way. Now, there are panzers that we're going to have come around the back, but just question whether we need to put him right there. I'm going to leave him for a second. Now, let's remember that we've got him back here. He's got 16 movement points. We can move him around. Can you see me, Rocket Soccer? Okay, how far can we take this guy? All right, we can move him down here. So moving back to front, let's go ahead and move him back here, or move him there, and we'll move his headquarters up so that he's within command. Okay, cool. Now then, so now this guy is out of command, but he doesn't have any movement points anyway. We'll catch it up. Plus, he's back in our territory, so it's not like he's going to get out of supply or something like that. Now we have this mountain unit that's back here. Let's move them up as far as we can. That is connected directly to the army. Okay, and now we've detected something there. It's actually a pretty good mountain force, it seems. Now we have this. Do we have a mountain unit? No, we've got a security unit there. We'll just move him forward so I can see him more than anything. He's going to go right there. Now then, let's take these 2 mountain units and let's bring them right there and right there. Okay, so they're all within command. Do we have any? Let's go try to maybe get some more support to the point, to the extent we can. Yeah, we've got howitzers down here, two howitzers, mixed artillery. I don't think we need siege mortar, my goodness. Um, let's do a mixed flak. Let's throw that in there. The stugs aren't going to work in the mountains well. Okay, so we've got some support units with them now. We haven't moved the headquarters. We've got a 32 against a 20. Let's do a deliberate attack here, if we can. Oh, this guy's got 0, right. Okay, let's do a deliberate attack with 2 of the 3 units. And you see, we didn't quite get 2-to-1 odds. Yeah, that's a tough force right there all the way in the south. Okay, we're out of movement points with them. Alrighty. Let's see, what else can we get going on here? We've got more mountain core, and I think I want to bring them. Okay, they're attached to that guy. Let's bring them here or here. Yeah, let's bring him here. We want them operating down here in this mountainous region anyway. For now. Here? Maybe here. Maybe should have brought those guys down and participated in that attack. But this is a really strong unit, and it's their mountain unit too. Yeah, we got exceptional odds there. But they just retreated up into the mountains. 561. Wow, okay. Is all they lost. So these guys have used all their movement points. We do have some mountain units now down here operating. We should be able to take that out next turn. Now then, let's see what we've got up here. We've got some infantry, and we need to start building the other side of this pocket to meet up eventually here and have all of these units pocketed. That's going to be a nice amount there. But you can definitely see why Army Group South historically fell behind, and why Hitler eventually said, we've got to send the 2nd Panzer Group down there to help out. Okay, so these guys have them bottled up here. So let's get this guy here. All right. And that opens up a pathway, I believe. Nah, he can't quite get that far. Actually, this guy, let's go back to this guy. Okay. Why don't we have him be the one that sits here? He's not that strong of a unit. And then we've got this headquarters here. Again, it doesn't have to move for supply reasons. I like to try to get them out of here just so I can see them. It's like a visual thing for me. Okay. Now that headquarters has all of these guys. Let's see how far around here we can get with these units. We can get him there. What else is part of his group? Okay, all of these guys are. So this headquarters is doing 10 of 8. So we're going to have to get some units out there. We may need him for a little mop-up. We'll just kind of surround Lvov here. So he's going to go there. All right. Let's go ahead and move the headquarters unit before I lose track of him a little bit. Doesn't have to go this far, but let's go ahead and move him there. Actually, let's back him up 1. There we go. Now these units. So we've got this 20 of 16. How far around the back here can he get? Okay, he can go quite a ways. As a matter of fact, let's have him. Okay, he displaced those guys. And then he can come all the way around the back here. Or let's see. Do we want to? How about? What about taking him all the way up there? Do we want to do that? We'll just have him go there. Is he still on side? No, he's 6 of 5. So we are going to have to move this command headquarters just a little bit again. This guy's got 15 movement points. Looks like he could get almost all the way back around, and we could surround these guys with just what we have here. We wouldn't even need the panzers to do it. It's close, but I don't... Oh, I think we can do it with that Panzer Infantry Division, can't we? I think maybe that's what we're going to do. Does this work? All right, let's bring him there. Now, he's going to be out of command, but we're just going to go ahead and take that risk, I think. That's fine. We're going to set him there on that Soviet rail. So we disrupt that Soviet rail. We got to disrupt this Soviet rail. The minute we get on that hex, it's done for. You know, they can't use it again. Now, what about this guy? Where can he go? Oh, he can get all the way back around here too. Well, fine. Let's bring him all the way back around here. Okay. This is a very strong unit here. 32 defense. We may have to bring our own motorized unit down here to deal with that. Now we still have... Okay, he's got to stay here. We still have this unit. Oh, he can't get all the way there. You've got to be kidding me. Yeah. Yeah, he can't get all the way. So, how far can this guy get again? Can he get anywhere else? Not really. He's fine there. He's sitting right in front. He can't get all the way around. This guy's got 12, but we need him here. Yeah, I think we're going to have to take one of our motorized units and move it down there. So see, if we take like one of these guys, we can get them all the way around here very easily and down into this morass of men and equipment. Interesting. As a matter of fact, why don't we just do that? Now, he is connected to this headquarters, which is also connected to the infantry unit. Okay, so we really need to move him into a different command because we want them flying this time. But let's move this guy here to start with. That takes him to, I think he'll have 10 left or something like that. 10 movement points. Now he could go there. He can't quite get right there. Okay, can he do anything? Can he go there? Can he go there? Now he can scoot up one, but not really. He can't get in there. We need to get that hex turned our color. Alright, we're going to move him there. And then we're going to have to use this one. I guess we are. I was hoping kind of not to have to use both of these guys, but that's alright. We're going to capture a lot of troops here, or they're going to surrender eventually. Now, both of these, now he's still got something left, but this is a pretty strong unit. I think I'm going to leave it alone, really, for this turn. Okay, now then, this guy is sort of affiliated with these guys for now. We have no political points left. I don't think we can assign him up higher either. Yeah, we can't. So that's a little bit of a problem. And I may just leave him here for a turn. Now, generally, you do not want to do that with your panzers. You want them moving out as fast as possible. But you definitely do not want them running out of gas either. Now, we could also try to bring him all the way down to the border. We could bring him out here towards Tarnopol. As a matter of fact, why don't we bring him out this way? We captured some fuel there. Well, that helps, or supply at least. Oh, Tarnopol was untaken. Okay. What's there? Nothing. Now, you know what? Let's just try to trap this unit too. Why not? While we're at it, it's a very strong unit. I'd rather not fight it. So we'll cross the river. I think he's going to have a very hard time getting out of there. And then we'll bring him back right there. And now we've got him trapped as well. We'll do that for now. I don't really like doing that with my panzers, but I didn't really feel like I had much of a choice there. Now we'll bring the infantry unit, since we don't need them as much. We'll bring them down to Tarnopol. And now we've got all of these units kind of together a little bit. We could just put this headquarters unit, oh, we can't quite get there. Let's say here, no. That's a lot of movement points right there because it's a mountain or a hill. Does this get him in? No. Wow. Okay. Um, Interesting. Yeah, I guess that's why we couldn't quite close the gap there. There's a lot of movement points right there that it takes. Shoot. Oh, he's still got plenty of fuel for next turn, though. Okay, that's fine. He's got 110%, so he's all right. He captured some. So we're going to just put this guy in Tarnopol. Right. Okay, so we've got all of these troops here, I think, fairly well bottled. And we've still, do we have anything left to move back here? Not really. We'll move our army headquarters up just so I remember it and see it. I can't imagine forgetting it, but you never know. What else do we have going on here? Well, we still got all these panzers back here. Now, don't forget this stupid panzer division. I say it's stupid. It's not stupid. I was stupid. Had to go all the way back here. It might have made this operation a little easier if we didn't have to do all that rigmarole. You know what? I kind of want to see. Can I move some of these guys over? Can he go? Yes. Okay. He can go there. Can I move the tank up here? I just want to make sure they're properly surrounded and they cannot get out. I don't want them to leak through here, for lack of a better term. All right, let's go back here and get some of our motorized units. Now he is attached directly to 1st Panzer Corps. So we're going to bring him all the way down here. I do believe, is there anything left? I think this is just one routed unit. We're about to find out. Oh, there is something left here. Okay, it says it's reading as a 9 defensive. He's in command. Let's just go ahead and take a quick shot at him. Yeah, no, that's not good odds for us. We ended up not losing that much. But good to know. Good to know what's out here. Okay, so that's that guy. He's still got 5 movement points left. You know what? I'm going to move him. Let's move him, let's say like right here. I just don't want them to sneak out of this somehow. We put a lot of effort into it. Let's get the Viking SS motorized moving down here. Now this is a more powerful force. Let's have him go right here. We'll try to blow this away because I want to get this unit out of here and out of our way a little bit. Now he is connected to his headquarters back there, but he is okay. Now he's here. He's got plenty of fuel for and everything right now. We'll move the headquarters here in a minute because we're going to be doing a hasty attack anyway. Yeah, let's hit him. Yeah, we couldn't quite move him. Again, it's a battle won, but it's not ideal. Can he hit him again? No. Okay. Let's look at this again. Just make sure. Headquarters. This guy's still out, but he's got fuel. What about this guy? What's his deal? Yeah, You can't move. This is really, really dense terrain here. I say dense, it looks like a mountain. So it's really restricting movement. All right, so here we go with this unit. Let's see what they've got over here. Again, in the South, take your time a little bit more. You have a lot more time, and really, make sure none of your panzers get left out on their own. That's the main thing you really have to make sure does not happen. As you can see down here, the Soviets just have a lot stronger units in the South. And so we've got to be careful. We've got this headquarters. Let's move the headquarters up. Just put him right in the center of everything in this town here. Cool. All right. Now then, this unit does not necessarily have to be right here. He's got a lot of movement points that he can use, let's say, if he wants to attack someone. And in some respects, let's go back. Let's try to run a recon mission over Rovno again. Nah, we couldn't get one. Now, we did run a couple because I wouldn't mind using this unit to try to get around here. Now, next turn, for sure, we're going to blast these panzers through here and try to encircle all of these troops. And maybe, if we can, actually encircle all of these troops. That'll be the plan next time. But before that, what is this unit down here? He's very tough. Oh, we've got a tank division and a rifle division. Okay. Let's, like I say, I don't really like to attack with my panzers, but I really want this unit out of here to open everything up. So let's go ahead and hit this. We can do a deliberate attack. Let's do that because we're not going to move him much further. Now you see we get huge odds. We did get 6 damaged, 3 lost tanks, but we did move him back. We shattered the tank division. We just bloodied the rifle division. Let's hit him one more time. Now we lost 3 more tanks, and we still haven't gotten him out of there. I'll be gosh darn. I'll try to keep my language down to that, I'll be gosh darn. We're going to hit him one more time because now we're committed. Let's get him out of here. And we need to move the headquarters up a little bit. We'll just, nope, not far enough. Nope. There we go. Now this unit was always going to be out of command, but it's got 106% fuel for next turn still. So let's go ahead and hit him one more time. This time I think we got rid of him. Oh, but we didn't. He just backed up. Well, that's all right. We're in fairly good position down here. This Panzer, we're just not going to talk about that. We got all of these troops completely surrounded. We couldn't move anything down here. We already knew that. We need to move back before we resolve the turn here and see if there are any headquarters units we need to move up just to make sure. Okay, these all look good. We've got the 6th Army headquarters here somewhere. Where is it? I think it's right here, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Our air bases. Let's get our 6th Army air base, our Recon air base. Let's go ahead and get it down here to... Actually, let's do that with the Panzer air base. So let's get off the Panzer group. Let's move that to Tarnopol. And it'll be well forward to run Recon next time. Now let's make sure our Panzer group headquarters underneath von Kleist, who is a 7.4. Let's go ahead and move him up here. Okay, we couldn't quite get. Okay, now we've got, we've even got his airbase in command. Not a huge deal there, but this unit's back here. What's its fuel supply? It's 13, but it's back in our territory, so it should be able to draw right off the quote-unquote railhead. The railhead is automatically right at your border at the start of the game. So I think all of these look fine. There's nothing really to do more with the 17th Army. It's just going to be slow going down here. Hopefully we isolate all of these units this time. I guess we could. Oh, there's its airbase. It's only got 35. Why don't we go put that down here near Tarnopol as well? And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Get it moving far forward as well for our recon. Now we need to move a couple of these air bases, decide on a couple of them to be our forward air bases. And so I guess we could put one, we'll just stack it with these guys. That's fine. And then we'll take another one here and stack it, baby. Right there. We'll get them moving. Actually, down here, it looks like we can do 3. This is a decent air base. We'll move him out and stack him right there. So we got all these things right in the middle. All right, so let's move up here back north for a moment, and let's just figure out, do we have everything in command that should be in command? I think we've already checked these over numerous times. I like to do that. Gosh, I wish we could have gotten these guys trapped. It was so close, 1 hex away. Same here, we had a real chance to. Well, I say we had a real chance. We really didn't have a chance. Yeah, von Kleist does have a Panzer division out of command, but it's this motorized division here that's directly attached to to the Panzer Corps, and the thing is you don't have, he's got 110 or 106% fuel still, so we started with a lot. I've been really over the top making sure some of these panzers are in command. Ultimately, on turn 1 or 2, or as long as they're close to the railhead, in some respects it doesn't matter that much. And so just, don't always think that you've got to have them in command. If they can pull off of the railhead themselves, you can, kind of put them where you want. Now, they will not get support units, but we're not really using support units from Corps headquarters with our panzers yet. I think that's good. I think we're going to resolve the turn and see what happens. I think we've done everything we can do, really. God, this is a great game. Okay, let's see what we did or didn't do. Maybe more importantly, right? So we're going to see some interdiction missions. It's weird how this transposes. Now this is all of our hexes that you saw there, and the green ones are the Soviet ones. And so that always looks kind of interesting. Now, what you're seeing here are interdiction missions, meaning Soviet forces are moving and our aircraft are going and interdicting them to lessen their movement points. So as they get hit like that, they get less and less movement points. And it really helps kind of slow them down or maybe keeps them in a pocket or whatnot. So that's what you're seeing here. You set that on the air doctrine screen, how much of that air interdiction you want to do. It's purely an AI part of the game. But like I said, I feel like the AI does a very good job in this game. On both sides, as an opponent and in doing some of these automated things. Yeah, that's right, Rock Soccer. The Romanians do not move. I do believe it's turn 3. It's either turn 3 or turn 4. I just can't remember. To be honest, I think they wanted to see how things were going. Uh, they, to be fair, not everything was set up in the South. A big reason for that, of course, is you had everything going on down in Greece to the south that the Axis had to deal with, they thought at least, before moving into the Soviet Union. And also, I think with both the Finns, the Romanians, the Czechs, or I should say the Slovakians, they all wanted to see what was going on a little bit. So there may have been some intentional delay that didn't need to be there. Okay, so here we are on the losses screen. You see Soviet losses. They've lost 661,000 men. We've lost 43,000. We've lost 570 guns. They've lost over 9,000 guns. We've lost 289 AFVs or armored fighting vehicles. They've lost over 5,000 now. Then men killed. We've killed 57,000 Soviet troops. We've captured 440,000 and disabled 162,000. So far, the Axis has only had I say only almost 14,000 men killed. But this is it right here. Men captured 440,000. That's really just a staggering figure, right? 2 weeks into a war. Air losses. We've now got the Soviets up to 3,900 total air losses. We're up to a grand total of 94. So yes, we've won the air war so far. That is for sure. Let's get down here. Ooh, I love to see those 40 political points pop back up here. And let's go kind of see. We'll go look around the map. Actually, let's scoot back just a little bit. Okay, we see Leningrad in the north. We'll get down here, see that the Finns are still locked. The Finns aren't going anywhere yet, but soon those Finns will be charging. And then as we get down here, there we go. I wanted to keep it where we could see the numbers. As we get down here, you'll see that the Soviets kind of ventured over a couple of rivers here thinking, oh, we're fine, but these are very, under strength units to be sure. We should be able to mop that up really nicely. It does look like we got these units in here trapped. Let's turn on our indicator of when things are isolated. And you can see here, these units are totally isolated. And so if you go up here to this button, you said isolated, far from railhead, or receiving beachhead supply. We can also see units of ours that are far from the railhead. And we've got a few. We've been pushing hard, but as you see, the game will dynamically lower the amount of movement points these units have as they didn't get enough fuel. So we isolated these guys. We've got kind of free reign out here. Let's go down here to the south, which is what I really wanted to see. And yeah, we got all of these units isolated. Now and the one up in the mountains, that should really, really be an incredible, staggering number of losses when we take out all of those units and clean them up as we begin next time. Well, we may get down there a couple of times from now, maybe even 3 times from now. We've got a lot of units to move. So let's back up, and I like this view. How about this view? So down here you see the 11th Army, the German 11th, the Nazi 11th, and then you see Romanians here, okay? You see some Slovakians up here because you also have Romanians up here. You see some Slovakian units, but you see us pushing now with the 6th and the 17th kind of meeting in the middle. Now these guys will push pretty much, well, the 6th especially will push dead east and try to go take Kyiv. The 6th, the 6th will push east. They're in the purple. The 17th in the deeper, darker purple will kind of come this way and maybe try to get across at Cherkasy. And then on Now, our main goal is Stalino and Rostov, so we will be wanting to bring them kind of south and east, right? If we could even bring them down here. Now, you do have the 11th, but the 11th Division is not that strong. It's an 11th Division, the 11th Army. It's not a division, obviously. It's made up of several divisions, but the 11th Army is not that strong. Some people take it down into the Crimea and across. I'll probably leave it down here because, again, I've declared Rostov as our main goal in the south. Now, if we go to the center here, you'll see here's Moscow. Here's Smolensk, the gateway to Moscow. We're getting there. That's after 2 weeks. I mean, that's an incredible amount of territory to eat up here. We do have some isolated units, Soviet units, in the north, in the center, and definitely in the south, where we will be mopping up. So if we go up here to the north, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to try to take our motorized units that are not panzers, so just straight up motorized divisions, and push across here at Peskov if we can. But, we do have a lot of infantry that's not far behind, so we don't need to do anything reckless. But we'll get into all of that next time. So thank you so much for joining me. I may do another stream tonight. Who knows? I'm really enjoying playing the game, and I want to get this one done if we can. And we've got a lot of turns to cover. So, give me a subscribe, get a notification. If you're enjoying these, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, a comment, whatever you want to do. But I always do appreciate you tuning in. This has been Strategy Gaming Dojo, and I'll talk to you next time.